here, and of course Sergio Fonspelling for my friends. Um, I was waiting, and people asked me for my opinion what's about what happening in our country and our community with the events that happen, the riots, the protests, the unfairness of being perceived from the police or one police towards a black citizen that unfortunately died. And I, of course, I have my opinion, and of course, I would like to also put it on Facebook, on social media, and things like that. But then I reading so many things, and staying quiet is sometimes very wise to do. Giving an opinion or of a point of view is always just an opinion, and I'm just a simple citizen that I trying to live better in this country. I'm an American by choice, and I want to share with you my perspective because it's all perspective. I don't think nobody has the right or wrong way to do it. It's our mind make us so. Then let me just tell you a quick story. I born in Paraguay, and I born very, very, very poor, third world country poor. And the reason, one of the main reason I was very poor because my father, even though he's coming from a middle class family, the German family in Paraguay, he was some way outcast from his own family because he was dark. And and all the other brothers and sisters they were lighter color, and the mother feel like, oh, you know what, I don't want brown kids, and he was outcast a little bit, and he went to live with his grandmother, a native Paraguayan lady. Then from that moment, then my father grew up with maybe with some resentment and feeling outcast from his whole family, and he then has a resentment. Many of us maybe we get that many, but one thing that I did is I recognized I was poor and I didn't want it to be poor. I then very early in my life I had the advice of my mother and my father both to do something about it. That way I don't feel segregated, because in the Paraguayan community the poor people they are segregated, the rich people live very well, the poor people just serve and they are like second class citizens. I fight against that. The way I fight is I make sure that I make myself so valuable, and I read and I study and I work so hard on me. That way I become somebody that eventually I can have an opinion that other people will hear my opinion, and other people will follow me if I become a leader. But it's very difficult to lead if you are equal. If you are just all the same, nobody gonna follow us. You can yell as much you can, and you're just gonna be one more screaming in the whole group. Then I noticed that if we want to have a voice of any injustice, or we want to change the world, the first thing that we need to do is change ourselves and work on ourselves and find a way to become something by being the most respectful, being the most educated, being the hardest working person, being the most honest person, being the best. Always eventually will give us much more stage, and people will listen to us more. And this moment when race is real, I know it's real. I can only imagine how the black community feel if me, as a supposed to be the label Latino, Spanish, which is I hate label. I hate to say the black, the Spanish, the Latino, the Chinese, the Oriental, because that's a label when we are really a human race with different DNAs. We had different DNAs. We were for maybe 12,000 years, maybe for 2 million years, we were making in a different environment. Of course we're gonna react differently. We coming with a different DNA. Our cells, they have different process. Where you coming from? Where are your ancestors? Then of course we're gonna be different. And that's what make us so special. And that's the reason I choose to be in America, because America, with 320 million people, we embrace all kind of people, all kind of race, all kind of gender, all kind of religion, all kind of views. This is what make America, America, the beautiful, the best. And even so, on the best place that we live, it's still gonna be different. Discrimination is gonna be always. People, ignorant people, and the people that make stupid stuff, usually there are people that they acting on their emotion, they acting on rage, they acting on their ignorance, they acting because that they crying for help. They crying for help because they weren't able to understand what's happening to them, or how it's happening, or why the injustice. And injustice is always gonna happen. It's always gonna happen. But again, here's, please everybody, please, starting with my team of victory, the only way we're gonna change the world is by changing ourselves first. I do not, yes, we can scream, yell, there are people that go and destroy things to be noticed. There are people that they go and scream and yell and point fingers to be noticed. And you will be noticed, but you will be noticed the wrong way. For me, the best way to be noticed is be your best, become the best. And it's proof. Please, somebody's gonna say, yeah, but you say that because you're, no. We have so many great stories in America of people that coming from the worst environment, with a single mother raising, a grandmother raising. We have major athletes of all colors, but in this case I will mention some major athletes like Muhammad Ali, or like Tiger Woods, or like Michael Jordan, or great politician like Obama, or great generals like Colin Powell, or great Secretary of State like Condoleezza Rice, just to mention some of the black people in our community that they become a voice. Oprah Winfrey, and or Denzel Washington, or Will Smith. They are voice now because they become somebody in our community. Then same thing in the Spanish community that I can recognize. Or same thing, great leaders like Martin Luther King that in much worse environment become somebody because he worked on himself, he educated himself, he was an example. Or Gandhi, that he was educated and he was an example, and he lived and practiced what he preached. Then if we want to change, we want to be the voice, let's not just scream. The best voice to be is if what individually we do something, individually we grow, we become the best example, we become the best human being, we educate ourselves, we become the best in martial art, we become the best leader in the martial art, we help people, and starting in ourselves and then our family. How we're gonna teach our kids? What we're gonna teach our kids? What they're gonna be seeing? Are they gonna see something, some hypocrisy? Are we gonna see? They're gonna see that we practice discrimination or racist, or they're gonna see us fair? They're gonna see us compassion. They're gonna see us with love and compassion, and feel that here's another human being that I need to protect, love, and understand. And I understand, and of course it's difficult to understand when you don't enter in other people's body, you don't enter in other people's world and how they're feeling. Then this judgment that we're passing right now is how these people doing this or that. I don't know, but I will only suggest for you, if we can just try to empathize and understand why a particular person feel one way or another. And yes, I acknowledge that when I see videos, the injustice and the mistake that a policeman can make, that mistake that happen in every single profession. I make many mistakes in my profession. When I was teaching in the beginning, I was making so many mistakes when I was teaching, and I'm sure I hurt people, but that wasn't my intention. Now, if somebody intentionally doing something, that person should be punished for sure. And somebody not intentionally doing something still need to be punished, because the crime is committed many times intentionally, many times not intentionally. But the truth is, I cannot judge even the intention of people, because I don't have. I believe only God knows our intention. Then again, please everybody, we want to help. Yes, I support I support the protest, the peaceful protest. I support changes. I support, but again, in every profession, there are people that they're gonna make mistakes, and that doesn't represent neither a race, doesn't represent neither the profession. And in the medicine, there are doctors that every day saving life, and also at least 10% of all the people that die in the hospital is for malfunction of something in medicine, mistakes. I had the privilege to work with a group of physicians that are fantastic. They're saving life every day, and I'm sure some of them also make a mistake. And every profession is gonna be mistakes. That doesn't define the profession, neither define the race, neither define anything. Things happen. But one more thing, and I repeating myself, let's not judge the intention of people, and let's not label those people with a color or with a type because it's wrong thing doing. And let's just for this time more than ever empathize and try to put ourselves in the position of others. That way we can practice more love, more compassion, and then again, if we want to help, let's become the best version of ourselves. That way we can be the role model. It's time for our own children. And these kids, these children, these youth, they watching us, and they're gonna make a decision to be like us or not to be like us. I want my kids to be better than me. I need to be that better version of myself. Thank you, everybody.